Welcome to the banks of the Red Cedar, East Lansing, home of the Michigan State Spartans, where the fans have been ready for hours in anticipation of this big one we have coming up. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the Michigan State Spartans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Wolverines will kick it off to get us underway. And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So the Michigan State Spartans offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. A state divided. They started playing for the Paul Bunyan Trophy, the big wooden lumberjack, back in the early 50s when Sparty joined the Big Ten.
And it's so nice to have you, Reese, to have all those data from when you were in high school and when you were in college back in the 50s. And you know the records so well of these games, but it matters. And their comments fly week to week for these guys, Michigan, Michigan State, and it is intense, and the hatred runs deep.
Can you just imagine Reese riding to school in his Ford Model T back in the day? How nice that would have been, just putting along and getting to school, making sure all his homework's done, just looking like the man on campus. I'll tell you, there's a lot of familiarity in this game. A lot of these high school players grew up playing with or against each other, so it just adds an extra layer to this rivalry.
Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. This guy fits that Spartan quarterback mold, a guy who makes plays, a Jeff Smoker, a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, a guy that you can depend on. You got to find that guy that can complement who you are and what you are, and so you can get a lot of the fans go green, go white. Find the complement at quarterback to this offense.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Safe completion on the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
Feeling some heat. Got his man in the middle. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. That can be a momentum builder to convert your first third down and also get your quarterback in a rhythm throwing the slant.
That's so nice. You always want to do that. You want to start the game in a good rhythm, get your quarterback comfortable. Slants are easy, timing routes, get a first down. Now maybe open it up even more.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback knowing where his answer was against the blitz and against man coverage, picking up that completion.
The Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They're bringing heat. And they get the sack just like that.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
And the Spartans will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock him up close to their goal line. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And he'd hoped to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. So Michigan's offense will go to work for the first time today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
The give to the back. On the move is the 30. Off he goes. Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. A massive pickup on that one, and they're in business at the 21.
Well, there's a big run on offense, and guys, I don't think a defender even touched him anywhere near the line of scrimmage. That's how big that hole was.
Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. Use the play fake, now to throw. Going for it all. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
Second and 10, he'll throw again. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
What an effort getting to the quarterback there. You think about Michigan State D-line, Jarrell Worthy, Shalit Calhoun, guys that would use their frame to their advantage, and you just could not block them. This guy has a physical ability. He's got a lot of things you can't coach. One of those is that frame, and he used it right there to his advantage.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got it! He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll go with a direct snap. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Got it back on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Man, David, that last drive, an exercise in frustration, just couldn't pay it off with the score.
Yeah, and I think this defense...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary. Guys that can win one-on-one, and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double-team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
And they can't make the play on third down. The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
The Wolverines trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Trying to slam in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. North Carolina went on the road and just dominated, and that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit, and did the Tar Heels ever do that? We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. He's in open space downfield. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Tackle was made after the 1st down.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
Paul Bunyan, a huge part of trophies in the Big Ten. He's got an axe. He's got this trophy for the Spartans and the Wolverines. Where do you guys rank this trophy?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, there's so many trophy games, I feel like, in the Big Ten, David. This game, obviously, it always has Big Ten implications, national championship implications. I will be honest, the Paul Bunyan Trophy gives me the heebie-jeebies.
You don't like it, it just kind of gives you the heebie-jeebies. I hear you, but how about Reese throwing a ranking on us? Rank the trophies? Reese, what are we doing here? We're not ranking trophies. Huge rivalry game, a lot of emotions. We're talking about ranking trophies.
And the Spartans will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that up to touchdown.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. They've been up and down the field with him so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got it in stride inside the 20. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They're going to test that run defense to the right here.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Trying to pound it in. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board.
Touchdown! The quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Well, 2nd and goal that time, and instead of turning around and giving it to Mr. Dependable, you just let your quarterback do it himself. Up front, everybody's got to get low. It's low man wins. They're able to get a surge, and the quarterback plows in for the touchdown.
Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Flushed out of the pocket. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be 3rd down.
Ooh, there's an example, Jesse, of a receiver making his quarterback look bad. Most of the time, they make it look good and cover up for him. All those balls y'all don't throw online, but oof, that would hit him in a pretty good spot. He needs to come down with that one.
He's got an open man. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his production.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's going to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. They've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. He lets one fly deep. Touchdown, Michigan State. And once he got loose, it was all over.
How about the bomb, the hail? And the offense executes it great. They throw the ball deep. Where's the defense? Man, you know this ball is going deep You know they need it. They got to have it. And the defense just doesn't play great, doesn't get to the football to make a play.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Spartans will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Offense getting set for first down. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. On first down, here comes this offense. Right back to the well. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. A run for the quarterback. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Wolverines are rolling down the field. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. He rifles one deep down the middle. Ball in the air. Intercept. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. From the gun, running back gets to give. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll go right back to it. And the Spartans pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense might bring the house here. From the gun, running back on the move. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success.
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
And that ball is picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
Well, the defense was expecting pass on that one. Third and long, they dial up the perfect coverage and a great job in the back end, reading and reacting to the quarterback when the ball was in the air, coming away with a massive interception.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Going downfield for the big play. Brings it inside the 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Washington found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage Huskies football today. Those folks in Seattle won't remember this one forever. But they will remember it was a W. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Tight end finds a soft spot. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Spartans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Give to the running back. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that run. Quickly
to the tight end. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Defense showing blitz here. They'll throw it on first down. Dances away from the heat. He'll try to do it himself. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
That is just a sideline credit. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll run it from the gun. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And the Spartans trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And they'll come to the line and try to draw a little bit closer on third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it! And he wanted to get that one in, but the defense able to force him out at the 2. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on fourth and goal. Powers forward. He's not going to make it, and what a big stop for this defense, and they might be able to put this thing away. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. He's loose at the 15. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Quarterback checking the play. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man. It's Judowski. Stopped at the 43 after the 15-yard pickup.
Love the play call offensively because you've got the lead. The defense expects you to run the ball. You just did it the previous play, so there you dial up play action, set up an easy throw, and you keep the clock ticking.
Looking to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. Still running at the 40. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. He wants to throw. Finds his tight end. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
On third down, going up top. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
And the defense gets the big third down stop. Creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on fourth down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. These are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. He wants to take the top off. And it's incomplete. It's on fourth down, is to no avail. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Line gets set, first down. Looking to move it through the air. He's right on target. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. You can't do that. An illegal forward pass will cost the offense 5 yards. They're facing a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's off to the races. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Sparty.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory. Lets it fly deep downfield. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. He's looking downfield to throw. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock.
It leads to 2nd down.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. He's got it on the run. And he'll haul it in and take it.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get...
Throws toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the 4th quarter.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Getting some heat. Can't find his man.
Complete to the line.
And that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
They're trying to get to it. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8.
Timeout, Michigan State.
They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Unleashes one deep. He took a shot at the end zone, and he almost picked it off. It'll be third down. After this, it'll be a wrap. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Pocket starts to collapse. And down he